I'll just mute. Okay, so in today's session, we're just going to take some deeper breaths. And in our group, today we're just pulling in the energy to just see what's being pulled on, what's being pushed on in regards of the Rahu and the Ketu. So the more positive upper electrical spheres, so to say, as opposed to lower magnetic spheres, and how these opposites can benefit, but also benefit in a way where we have to crack open a little bit. So we're going to call upon our guides, teachers, angels, masters, ascended masters, calling in a beautiful golden sphere of light and placing it all the way around us. So placing a golden sphere of light around you, and then we'll place one golden sphere of light around us in the group, attending or not attending this morning. And we're going to look at the frequencies of the elementals. So let's stabilize a point by calling in the directions. So the energy of the east, calling in when the sun is rising from your standpoint, from your electromagnetic field, from where you are at this point in time in space-time, so to say. So as we call in the energy of the east, when the sun is rising, we're going to call in the angles and the angels of Archangel Raphael, Master Magician Healer. We're calling in the element of air, of wind, and the color of aquamarine to lighter greens, and any and all of those energies that would like to come in and support us of the highest and the greatest light and love, thank you, come be with us now. And these energies are working outside of your golden sphere, so you can choose what to bring in and choose the information that you will absorb. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that goes for all the directions. Energy of the south, calling in Archangel Michael. And we're also calling in the cobalt blue colors and frequencies. You can think of the center of a candle fire, that transmutation color of violet and the deepest blues, calling in those angles to help us for the highest and the greatest good through our physical body avatar and our center point as it is of the infinite now at this moment in space. And then from the energy of the east, we call upon Archangel Gabriel, come be with us now. Here we have the energies of water, the watery, more emotional energies, as well combined with the streams and the information of the primordial waters and that blueprint DNA. So we want to get as close to our soul's purpose as we call in these energies for guidance. And then from the energy of the north, we're calling in Archangel Uriel. And here we're working with the energies of Archangel Uriel, which is represented by the earth element here. And not just a grounded, squarey type of vibration of earth herself, but more of the awe and the beauty that comes by having this physical body experience on earth, and this deeper manifestation, which is just in itself quite remarkable that we do have a body. So calling in those energies from the energy of the north, and then from the energy as above, we're pulling in these deeper plasmic God codes from the heart of the grand central sun, and then through our galaxy, and then through our sun here, and the moon, and then into the earth, where we then are touching base with the Rahu energies and the Ketu energies. And we're going through time space in our multidimensional awareness. So somewhere down the memory line, you have this Vedic astrology working on you, through you, and about you. So aligning with that now, and we're also aligning it with our Jacob's ladder, our 33 vertebrae. So we're mixing it all up here today, and then we're grounding this vibration through our Earth Star chakra. And I'm placing my Earth Star chakra over me, and I place your Earth Star chakra over you. Feeling the difference there in the vibration and the atmospheric alignment within your golden sphere. So we're becoming very aware that we are the center point of our universe, so to say. Breathe into your heart, feel this energy align, and then we anchor that down through the ley lines, down to the dragon lines, down to the layers and the layers and the layers into the center of Earth. And feeling her molten center upgrading and moving into more of a crystalline center. And the color is a platinum, kind of a quicksilvery vibrational field color, moving, tied in with strings of gold, strings of green and emerald, and strings of pinks and raspberry colors. And these strings are dancing and moving just like we are spiraling through the universe itself. So we're connecting our Earth Star chakra in with this new Earth Star chakra. Thank you. And then we're just taking a moment now to center ourselves with these energies moving through us. And we are now asking for the cards in regards of the Rahu pull of gravity into the Ketu pull of magnetism. So we have this electrical magnetic frequency and how that relates in with the elemental forces of earth, water, fire, air, and space, and how that is relating into the center of heart. Thank you. So very metaphysical kind of a reading today. So we're calling in element earth, water, fire, air, and then of course ethers or the space itself, beginning with the element of earth. And we're just seeing what's laying in these fields and how can we work with it today in this solar eclipse vibration as well. Yeah. Okay, so the card that we're getting here is number 3. It has to do with the air, and it's showing a frozen man crying golden tears of awakening. And it is called the isolation. So that feeling of being trapped, maybe in the storylines and the expectations of society upon us, is melting away as we give ourselves the opportunity to cry, or release energetically small hurts, things that froze in shock. And we're allowing for this vibration of earth to help us with the sense of liberation in who we are and who we are becoming. So the card of the earth element today, bind into Ketu and Rahu, positive and negative pole, is the isolation is melting. You will gain deeper understanding, more sense of unity, consciousness, and warmth. And gold is, of course, this color of great realization. So we are realizing our own importance as we unfold in this awakening process. Thank you. And after the transmission, of course, we can discuss a little bit of what came forward. As we hold all these multidimensional vibrations and energies into mind, we're now moving in to the energy of water. So calling in the vibrational field of water and see what guidance we can get through this water that we are drinking, that we're breathing, that we're bathing in, including the primordial waters that hold so much of our remembrance. Okay, is this the card? Yes. And the card that we're getting is flowing down, and it is represented by the tortoise. And we know that the tortoise can, of course, be in the water and out of the water. So the tortoise shell has this magnificent sacred geometry, and you can almost see that it's lit up in this card by some stars. And it also looks like our own pineal gland that is in the center of our brain. So these sacred geometries that are coming forward for us now is not just coming from the stars, but the stars is the water, is the primordial space. So we are being recognized that we're holding these intensified, and usually we think about ourselves if we have a spark of God in our hearts. But this new awakening of this card is showing us as we slow down, we'll start to know that we don't just have a spark of God energy in our hearts, but within our own waters lays this condensed memory and frequency and the waters of all that is in the universe. So we're not just little sparks running around. We are the ones that are holding the waters of the universe. And as we slow down, we can access this ginormous and powerful forces of the universal primordial waters, which is all that changes. So we're being asked to slow down and tap in. Hi, baby, good morning. Tap into these incredible forces that we're holding within in our blood. This is huge, actually. This is a new way of seeing it. We're not little sparklets. We are primordial forces of the Shakti energy of the water. That is the strongest element. We know the water can change the mountains, right? So we're being asked in this reading, as we're pulling on and in all this Rahu vibration and Ketu, the underworld, what are those streams bringing forth in you? Slow down and observe, and this wisdom now will be pulled out as well as pulled in in your special combination of a distilled frequency that you are. Slow down, loosen up with the water, and let this distillation flower in you. Important. Okay, let's see now what we're being shown of element of the winds. Okay, the winds in the air. Last class we were doing together, we're really breathing in and we were going into our lungs where we could connect with the phyllis, these little, you know, it looked kind of like seaweed flowing when we're breathing. And within there, we were finding the Indra's net. We were finding, the little diamonds. We were finding the information that ties the net together. And with knowing these little points, uh, like points on the chart, points in your net, becoming the neteru, which in Egypt is like we're catching ourselves in the net. And the net, consider the net at times being your body, right? So the matrix doesn't exist unless we have a physical body. So as we start to go deeper into the element of air, respirare, the breath, the spirit of the breath, of the wind, we're lessening the matrix, the maternal hold, and we're letting ourselves grow up or become free. Anybody who had a teenager, it's all about letting go, right? So you're becoming the teenager in your galactic time space, right? Let yourself go. So that's the message we're channeling for today. And let's see what card is supporting the air element. Let's take 3 breaths and feel into the element of air. One more deep inhale, exhale. Okay, element of air. Is it? Yes. So we're being shown here the totality card, okay? Which is number 5. It says totality. So totally, if we're on the trampoline and we're swinging in motion and we want to catch the other one, we got to let go first. So we're being shown in the transformation through the element of air, which has to go with healing. We have to let go first. We have to let go first in order to bring ourselves forward into the next phase. So we have to let go and know and trust and breathe through the transformation, just like we have to breathe through the contractions as we're rebirthing ourselves. Number 5 itself always has to go with change. And in this card specifically, we have a lot of deeper reds. So we're dealing here with the root chakra of feeling safe, of knowing, of grounding. We're dealing with the orange colors of creation. What are we creating? And then finally, close to the action that we're taking, swinging, pushing, letting go, and catching. We have all the more of the yellow, the solar plexus of trusting, of knowing, of our personality. So we're going very cosmic into very human. So it's all happening in this action. So the element of air is showing us just totally know that if you have a breath, you're good to go, right? So I think there's many practices also from, the natives that are deep gratitude of the breath itself. It is the air element that can stoke your fire. Okay, without the oxygen, without the breath, there's no fire. So everything is tying in together here in a beautiful way. And if we're breathing into the Ketu of our underworld, of the deep subconscious parts, we can allow for these to be seen, held, and burst. Good or bad, it's all good at the end. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to look at the element of fire itself. And the element of fire is, of course, stoking warmth. And as we think of fire in our body, it's again a sense of action, but it's also movement. It is also how we choose to work with the fire. Are we choosing to enjoy the warmth, look at the fire itself? It is even shown that if you sit in a circle and look at a fire, we're actually replenishing and opening our brain cells and rewiring our gray matter and stoking inspiration. And that's simply genetic that lays in all the humans just back in the day. So if you have an opportunity to go to a fire ceremony or just light a fire or meditate on a candle, we're welcoming in this sweet and subtle contemplation like we're doing today. We're sitting in front of this fire together here as souls, although it looks very squared on Zoom. So let's take in the element of fire and see how that is helping us move forward in this grand balance of magnetism, electricity, polarity, and how to use the fire to go through this portal of our heart and use the fire not only to transmute and inspire, but use the fire as the element of guidance. Okay, and this is the card. We're getting a yes. Okay, so here we're getting the card of fire, of morality. Okay, so yes, there are lots of fires to be put out in this world. At this moment, political fires, fires of how to move forward. And we're getting the morality card, the card of death and rebirth through our heart mind. How do we speak up without adding into the untamed fires? We have to use our fire of holding the light for the highest and the greatest good and talk to our I am presence, the cold fire that burns and holds us, that actually beats our hearts. That's the fire that we are working with here. Who is beating your heart? Who is breathing your lungs? That's the fire. That's the way to go in order to work in this fine balance. And I'm seeing Joshua all of a sudden, and he showed certain ways of walking through these 33 vertebrae and steps. So we're stepping it up. Okay, looking now at the energy of space. Final elemental that we're calling in. And as we are, really getting these bursts of not just solar flares, but we're starting to wake up. to realizing the space in between our experience of our body and the stuff around us, and the gelatinous waves of information that is being pierced now as we are getting waves of new uh, new waves from the sun. We're also getting from all this astronomical elemental uh, forces that are going through our solar system that hasn't happened for 25 million years, 26 million years, as we're going through a new space in cosmos, as well as these objects are going through our liminal space, which is affecting not just the outer space, but the internal space and our heart space and our heart minds. So lots of interesting information here. It's like we're really waking up to some new and ancient codes. Okay, so the element of space, what do you want to show us? Okay, is this it? Yes. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so possibilities. So as we're receiving these new plasma codes, so to say, we're receiving the number of peace, balance, the number of relations, and the relation within ourselves, the relation to our loved ones, and the relation to others. And again, we're dealing with a lot of these root information, as we see a lot of red here. But what is interesting, if we're talking chakras, we're receiving even purples and greens at the bottom, and then reds in the middle, oranges for creation, and yellows. And then here we are as our I am presence, soaring like the eagle or the condor, giving us infinite possibilities here with whatever it is that we are personally experiencing in this eclipse day, in this infinite now, being also encouraged to look at the Ketu and the Rahu vibrations. So everything is becoming not out there, not just in here, but how we're establishing and playing these serpents of the snake bearer that ties it all together now that we're moving into this center of our heart, which is the 13th constellation, I believe. Okay, so that's the information channeled today from the elemental forces, the directions, and the Ketu and the Rahu, the nodes that has personal and collective influences on who we are. And we're being guided with the cards on how to see, how to play, how to choose, and how to wake up. Okay? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And so it is.